Sarah is 47 years old. She has worked in corporate Nigeria for over 2 decades. She has earned every title: senior manager, head of department, ma.
Okay.
Then a new CEO arrived, young, educated abroad, and full of fresh ideas. On his first day, he gathered the team and announced, "We are all equals here. No more sir, no more ma, just first names. Call me Tunde." Sarah smiled, but inside, something shifted. She tried though, she really did. But when the 24-year-old graduate trainee looked her in the eye and said, "Sarah, can you reveal this?" something broke. Not because the young man was rude, he was following the rule, but because in Sarah's world, that greeting carried no respect, no honor, no acknowledgement over 20 years of sacrifice, her late nights, her expertise. And she didn't complain, but she stopped mentoring. She stopped staying late. She stopped caring. And when the young graduate needed her guidance, he never got it.
Jesus!
Let me tell you what many leaders miss. When you fly back from London or New York with your shiny degree and announce a first name culture, you assume everyone thinks like you. You assume informality equals trust. You assume dropping titles will magically flatten hierarchy and boost innovation. But in Nigeria, age is not just a number. It is authority.
Yes.
It is honor. It is the oxygen of respect. Consider this. A respected Nigerian business leader, as shared publicly, once ended a meeting when a younger team member addressed him by his first name. He explained that in Nigerian culture, it is a taboo to call elders by their first names without a prefix that signifies respect. This is not about being old school. This is about cultural dignity. Research from Harvard Business Review confirms that when workplace norms are changed without consultation, especially around deeply held cultural practices, psychological safety can drop sharply. Employees withdraw, they comply outwardly, but inwardly they resent. That young graduate calling Sarah by her first name, he followed the policy, but Sarah heard, "Your 20 years doesn't matter." This is the part that rarely gets discussed. In Yoruba culture, you greet an elder with "Ekason ma." The "e" prefix is not decoration. It is a deliberate act of honor. Addressing an elder by their first name alone, without that respectful prefix, is widely seen as a taboo. In Igbo culture, people are known and greeted by their titles, not their given names. Given names are reserved for peers and close relationships. In Hausa culture, greeting protocols require specific honorifics and gestures like "Sono," "Hajia," to show respect for an elder's position in the community. These are not just words. They are acknowledgements of a person's journey, their sacrifice, and their place in the community.
Wow!
When you strip them away without conversation, you are not modernizing, you are erasing. Organizational psychology research has long established that when workplace norms are unclear or imposed without input, employees experience role ambiguity. They don't know how to act, and they fear offending both the new policy and their senior colleague. So they say nothing, and nothing kills culture faster than silence. Now, let me offer a better way. It's not forcing everyone to use first names, and it's not clinging to titles forever.
Okay.
1. Ask, don't tell. Before you change policy, hold a town hall and ask, "How do you prefer to be addressed?" Then listen to the answers. You might be surprised how many people want choice, not a mandate. 2. Create zones, not rules. Allow teams to decide. Some departments may embrace first names, others may keep titles. One size does not fit all. 3. Lead with your own preference, not a command. You can say, you can call me Tunde, but if you are more comfortable with sir, that's fine too. That's more flexibility, builds more trust than any policy ever will. 4. Respect age and tenure. If a 55-year-old engineer wants to be called Mr. Ade, honor that. It costs you nothing, but ignoring it costs you their loyalty. 5. Teach, don't punish. Explain why first names can encourage speed and openness, but never shame someone who prefers formality. Their preference is not a crime. Now, imagine the opposite outcome. Turnover drops and mentorship return. The young graduates will learn from Sarah, and Sarah will feel seen. Also, innovation grows not because people are forced to be informal, but because they feel safe to speak. And trust becomes the currency of your culture. Let me share what happened next for Sarah. She left that company quietly and joined a smaller firm where the MD said, call me whatever makes you comfortable. I just need your best work. She stayed, she thrived, and she mentored a young graduate who called her Ma every single day. I'm Edna Titilope, your HR wellness and sustainability advocate. Here's my question for you. When you change your workplace culture, do you consult your people or do you command them? Because one builds respect, the other builds resentment.